What's going on, guys? So I'm going to talk to you about some new things that came out with Aberration. Okay, some pretty wild new changes have came out with the map. Starting off with the first one, alright? You are now going to receive element from the boss fight, okay? Previously on ASE, you did not receive element from the Aberration boss fight. This is a wild change. Alright, the thing is though, when you receive the element, you're going to need to put it on a tame so that you do not lose it. Because since it's an Ascension boss fight, it's the same thing as Scorched Earth, okay? Since you ascend on that boss fight, you're normally not supposed to receive element because the Ascension gets rid of the element and artifact, or well, not artifacts, but tributes and stuff that are in your inventory that you can't normally bring off of the map. Alright, so that's pretty much why you weren't normally allowed to, because when you when you complete the boss fight and it ascends you, it basically uploads your character and then you have to re-download it back to the map. You don't just spawn back at the transmitter or, you know, the drop or whatever that you started the boss fight at. So since it works like that, that's why you need to put the element on the dino, because it's going to put the dino back where you started. But then I'm not sure, you might have to still download and then go back to that dino and grab it back. Or what you can do is you can have somebody be there and ready to grab it once it's going to spawn back, or however that works. But that is what you need to do to receive the element. You need to put it inside of a dino. So preferably probably a light pet. You're not going to want to bring any other dinos into the boss fight. Light pet is going to be your best option to bring in. It's a shoulder pet. So it's really easy to carry around and bring with you and keep safe, and then just throw it down and put the element in it real quick. But that is what you're going to need to do to receive your element. Okay, you're going to get it once you complete the boss fight, put it into your tame, and then there you go. Wait for you to come back to the map and then go get your element. But that is pretty wild that you're going to now receive element from the boss fight here on Aberration. Pretty wild. Just ran into some mushrooms and got tripped out. But on to the next crazy thing that they have changed, okay? The next one is going to be basilisks, okay? Basilisk and carcanos, okay? They can now both be bred. They previously were not able to be bred. You had to tame them up and hold them, but now you can breed them, which is going to be insane, because thinking of mutated basilisk, that's going to be pretty wild. Mutated carcanos, loads and loads of health. People are going to use them to breed them up and harvest them for chitin and polymer, which is going to be a really good thing to do. That's for sure, especially here on Aberration or on any map indeed. Carcanos always gave loads and loads of polymer and chitin as well, but polymer is going to be the big thing, that's for sure. You know, you use a chainsaw them up, and there you go, you get a bunch of polymer and a bunch of chitin. So that's pretty wild. Breed up Basilisk and Carcanos. That's going to be pretty insane. Next up, let's see what we got here on the list. Okay, so charge nodes now have transmitter functionalities. Okay, so what that means is that when you go into a charge node, if we can find one around here, we'll show you guys. You can now go into it and it will act just like a transmitter. Okay, you can transmit from it, upload items, do all those things and whatnot. This might not have been a transmitter up here. It looks like it's just some tree leaves. But anyways, take my word for it. It's in the change notes. You can now use the charge nodes as transmitters. It seems like there might be one right over here actually. I see the glow from it. So we'll go check it out real fast and see that firsthand. If we can get up here to it quick enough. Come on. Run. Okay, so here is going to be a charge node, and now we will hop off and look inside of it. And as you can see, it has a transmitter section. Upload survivor. There you go. Obviously I'm in single player, so it looks just a little bit differently, but as you can see there, you can upload your character to, you know, the other arcs from the charge nodes. Alright, so now for the next thing, let me look at the list real quick. Reaper King's levels scale with player levels. Okay, So I'm not sure exactly what this is going to entail. So maybe like, let's say you find a Reaper Queen and your level, I don't know, max level, you're literally maximum level. I don't know if it's going to pop out at your level or if it's going to, you know, multiply it by something. Not really too sure. You guys will have to go figure that out. But that is pretty crazy. Reaper King's levels get scaled by players' levels. It says it in the change notes. Alright, next up, tech sleeping pods can be placed upright. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try this out right here. So get ourselves a sleeping pod, and then we'll get ourselves foundation and a wall, okay? And we will put all these in the hotbar so we can build the structure real quick. Okay, so we'll just place down a foundation and a wall, and supposedly now we can put them on the wall. At least that is what I'm getting from this. Let's see. Can we do it? Oh, we can. You can attach them directly to the wall. That's pretty crazy. Look at that. That's actually freaking wild. Literally sleeping pods on the walls, bro. Like, look at this. Can we get in it? We can't even get in it. Alright, whatever. Anyways, there you go. You can put sleeping pods on the walls. Look at that. That's freaking crazy. That's almost like how it seems like it normally would be. Like, you know what I mean? When you see them in movies, that's how it usually is. They're just against the wall and you can see in the screen at the face. So I like that. That's pretty cool. Cool little change. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so Gigantoraptor feathers. As you guys know, let me say this real fast, the Facilosuchus and the Gigantoraptor have actually been added here to Aberration as well. So now you can find and tame aberrant Facilosuchus and Gigantoraptors here on Aberration. But as what I was saying was the feathers of the Gigantoraptors. So the feathers of the Gigantoraptors can now be used on both the male and the female breeders. Okay, so let's say you're breeding and using the feathers. Instead of putting it into one of them, you can now put it into both of the male and the female, so both the parents. But they have to be different stats, not the dinos. The feathers have to be different stats, okay? They can't be the same stat and you use them on both the parents. They have to be different stat feathers for you to use them on both the parents and they actually work, okay? So that's a nice little change. Another change that we got is Plant X growth time has now been reduced by 50%. So if I believe so, I think on 1X, or maybe it was Small Tribes, one of the two, it was 14 IRL hours, okay, so in real life hours, 14 hours for it to grow fully, okay. So with that being a 50% reduction, you could say that it's going to take, 7 hours to grow now fully, which is pretty wild though, thinking, because you can use the shovels you remember from Bob's Tall Tales to give it a boost growth. I think it's like a 30% increased growth speed. And then also if you use greenhouse glass around it and you get enough percentage of the greenhouse, then you can use those to boost it as well. So that's some pretty wild stuff to think about. We got a 50% reduced time speed for them to grow in general, plus you can use the shovel, plus you can use some greenhouse, so that's actually pretty freaking crazy. Now you'll be able to grow some Plant X in like literally 3 hours or something like that, maybe even like 2, not sure, but that is actually insane. Okay, another thing with the Plant X is it has they reduced the flame arrows for the Plant X, so like how much damage the flame arrows do to Plant X by 70%. We have a purple drop here. Let's see what we get in it. We're not even high enough level. That's alright, whatever. Screw the drop. But anyways, yeah, back to what we were saying. They reduced the flame arrow damage to Plant X by 70%. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure it took normally like 7 arrows or something, like 7 or 10 arrows per Plant X to knock them. So if it's a 70% reduction, then that means it will take you know, somewhere around like 20 or 21 or something like that, maybe 22, 23. At least if I remember correctly of it taking 7, then yeah, it should be around there or something like that. But that's pretty nice, pretty wild. Let's see, what else do we have on here? Plant Z grenades. Okay, so this is going to be the last one. The plant Z grenades, as you guys know, they have increased the immunity timer. So when you use them, you know how there's like a window where you can't use them anymore, so like a timer where they can't be affecting the player anymore, and it was previously 20 seconds on ASE, and now it is 25 seconds, so they increased it by 5 seconds. So that's pretty nice, but also sometimes not. It just depends. If you're the one using them, it's not nice. If you're the one getting used by them, then it's nice. So I don't know, you know, there's always freaking both ends. But anyways, that's going to be the most wild changes that they added to the game now. The most relevant, or you know, the most sought after changes, I guess I could be saying. That's pretty much it though. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this to somebody else that might want to know this information. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.